Hi, this is my first bike film for some time, and I've got a new camcorder, and I've also got a camera on the bike, so this is a real treat, this film. First of all, I put the route coming ticker tape across the bottom here, so you can follow it quite easily. I've got this out of my Ordnance Survey Cycle Tours book, which is really good, and the total route is about 33 miles. Be warned, it's a bit hilly, this route. The book describes it as moderate, but the first section from Cranborne to Martin is about 5 miles and it's up and down. It's not too serious, but it's fairly testing. You can see my new camera's got this new toy on it. It's got a second lens on it, which means I can shoot either myself or I can turn it to the left and get a second picture, which is pretty nifty, but I haven't quite figured out how to use it talking yet, so it's early days, but I hope to use it quite a bit. The trouble is, when I used it later on, when I was getting a little tired, there was more expletives, so I've had to cut that footage. So now we're back onto the bike cam, which is a Polaroid, which is a 720, which I got last year. I was given as a present, but I'm getting used to it now because I took some footage in the Alps. But as you can see today, it's absolutely beautiful. The sky is perfect blue, and it's just after the rain, so it's drying out. So it's almost perfect conditions for filming and for cycling. This is the final descent in towards Martin, and basically I'm just going to let it. I've just shot it uncut, and because it looks pretty good. Going downhill, with a film, you never quite get the sense of the gradients. Unless it's really steep. But and I was going quite slowly actually because I'm a cautious rider, and it's quite a narrow one lane road, so you have to be a bit careful. So I'll let you watch this section without any more commentary, and then I'll pick it up as we get into Martin in about 2-3 minutes time. So this is the bottom of the descent, and then you turn left, and it's about half a mile into Martin here. Now I think we're just on the border of Hampshire, so I think we're slightly into Hampshire, but I checked on the internet, and Martin's in Wiltshire. So for the next section of the ride, we're into Wiltshire and the Cranborne Chase. So Martin here is a beautiful, beautiful little village, and it's about 5 miles from Salisbury, but I didn't go to Salisbury on this route. As you can see, it's late March and the daffodils are out, so I took a shot just for the HD. So now the route heads up to Broad Chalk across the Blandford Salisbury Road, and it doesn't look like a hill, but this is the key first hill. So you're looking back down, you get quite a good view. It's quite steep, but it's not too difficult. But what is brilliant is the ride down afterwards, which is absolutely a rollicking ride down, which I filmed in its entirety. So this is at the top. This is looking towards the Ebble Valley in the distance, and we're just going to go straight on. But you can see it's lovely, lovely English countryside. And then this is from the bike cam, and this is an uncut shot all the way down. So this is good fun, I have to say. I enjoyed this route down, and there was more because it's quite close to Salisbury. There was a few more cyclists, so at least a dozen going down or past me at some point on this section of the ride. So there's this opening section here, which is it must be about half a mile long and through the trees, absolutely wonderful, and you just cruise along at cruising speed. and then gradually it starts to descend down. It's absolutely wonderful. It's one of my favourite bits of the whole ride, coming down this valley, into the valley. And here you can see coming up, I think there's another one of the riders here. So when I remember doing it years ago, I did a ride around Salisbury, 60-mile ride, and this came up this way. And trust me, Salisbury, all around Salisbury is really hilly. It's really tough. It was a hard ride. So I'm going to let you enjoy the descent down, and then I'll pick it up when we get to Broad Chalk and the Ebble Valley. So we're coming into Broad Chalk here, and just to make it clear, when it turns, I'll point it out, you've got to turn left here. If you go straight on, you're heading back into Salisbury. So to go up the Ebble Valley, you need to take this left turn here. It's a bit confusing for my map because I took the wrong way. And then that heads up to Shaftesbury. You go through the village here. but it makes it look like I carried on. So this is a shot. I'm just practicing with my new camera here. You can see I'm shooting to the left as well simultaneously, so it's pretty nifty. So I was really pleased with this shot here. So then we turn up and go up the Ebble Valley, which is a beautiful, it's a pretty narrow road. It's tarmac, it's nice tarmac, but it's quite narrow places. It's just one lane, and it just goes up for about 8-9 miles, maybe a bit longer. You're in the valley, you can look up both sides, and you feel like you're in a different world. So it's a very nice section. It's slightly going towards Shaftesbury Way, slightly more uphill than down, but this shot gives you a bit of an idea of what it's like. But it's one of my favourite parts of the ride. And this is where you turn, finally at the end, this is the Shaftesbury Road, but you have to turn, and this is looking back down the Ebble Valley, so it gives you another idea. So I didn't take much film in the Ebble Valley because I was enjoying it so much. But this is the way you turn, and you go down this road here, and then we're going to head back home, back to Cranborne. This is the climb to Wing Green. You can see the traffic at the top. I'm just going to stop briefly because I've got some on-the-site footage coming up with some on-the-site vocab. It's the last big climb, and I've done about 22 miles, and I've got to go up this road here, up to the top there where you can just see the traffic. So let's see how this... It's not so easy kind of like recording voices on live. I admire people who do it on television for real, because it's very tricky. Anyway, this is the view, not quite from the top because this is the best position. That's Shaftesbury in the distance there, and this is looking back down. And that's not quite the worst section, but it was pretty steep, and it was quite challenging. This is looking back down into Dorset. This is looking south. So this was about the best view, and now this is a long. It's nearly 8 minutes long descent, and I've left it uncut basically because it goes all the way down into Tollard Royal. So this is back on the Polaroid bike cam, of course. You can see the cloud. It started to cloud over during the lunchtime period. This must be about 1 o'clock. I was going very slow because I was filming and stopping quite a lot. So this is really, really brings out the big sky. And what I like about this road is it's like a lot of the downs in Dorset. The northern sides are steep, but the southern sides are shallow, so they're long descents, and this is a long descent. So you can let go with the bike, and you can see just to the left there, you can see the view. The camera doesn't quite do it justice, but I'm looking to my left, and you can see the bold shape of the valley. It's really nice. So you can't quite see it from the bike cam. This road's a B road. It's actually the busiest section. I think it goes between like Shaftesbury and Cranborne and Verwood and Ringwood, so it's quite busy. But what I noticed when I was looking at the footage, I was only passed by one car, so I was pretty lucky to get a clean downhill on this section. So now it's starting to open up a bit. You can see the clouds in the sky, just absolutely massive sky. It was really nice and perfect fluffy clouds. It looks really good on the film. It's only looking on the little Mac screen at the moment, so it's really epic. So here we are, we're coming into Tollard Royal, and I'm starting to get a bit tired actually. It's only 33 miles, I should be able to do it in 2 hours, 2.5 hours. But it was taking me an age, it took me 4.5 because I was stopping and I was talking to people as well and I was filming as well, so it all added up the time. And there was no need to rush, so I was just enjoying the ride and the day. And as we're kind of come up to the duck pond in a second, so that's where I stopped and had a bit of lunch and had a cheese roll and a bit of chocolate and an energy drink. So just here on the left here, as it stops, that's where I stopped for have my break. Anyway, that's the end of the movie. It's my most ambitious film for some time, so it's my Apocalypse Now and Citizen Kane. So enjoy the ride, it's well worth doing. It's a beautiful part of the country.